What's up, guys? It's once again, it is MP4Podcast.com, bringing you guys some of the most interesting video game news that you guys really do need to know about. Now, you just saw Hal Jordan, that's the white Green Lantern, and now you're going to see the black Green Lantern. I forgot his name. I know Hal Jordan. He's the most famous of the Green Lanterns and so on. But here's how you get the black Green Lantern. You have to buy the skin. So I thought that was kind of interesting because any of the other characters, actually Superman, now that I think of it, when you get Superman, I think there's a cyborg mode, a cyborg Superman, and that was a Superman that was made from the DNA of Superman. So actually, that's actually a different version of Superman as well. Actually, like a different Superman, basically. But it's cloned from Superman. But so it's kind of like in the middle. But this is a different Green Lantern. I still think I think it uses the same voice as the white Green Lantern, but the moves are exactly the same. Doesn't matter if you're playing the white Green Lantern or the black Green Lantern. I think it would have been kind of interesting if they actually changed up the moves a little bit with the black Green Lantern, because it is a different person. But anyway, really what I want to get into is that there's a picture on the internet with the PlayStation 4 overheating. It redlined. And it's like this red line in the PlayStation 4. I think it's shut down. And people who were there said some people came over, they opened it up, got some airflow in there, and the system it was working. Now, a lot of devices, I will say this, do overheat and then they shut down. Like a lot of devices, like especially cameras, like one of my Sanyos, there's a voice that goes off. It's a lady's voice, and she goes, your camera is about to overheat. Please turn it off and blah 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 to cool down. So my camera actually gives me a warning. And I know Canon DSLRs, the old, like the last generation ones, they would overheat, and you get like this warning on the LCD, warning, overheating, and they would just shut down and so on. So a lot of units won't overheat and break, but they will overheat or get to critical temperature where there's a safety mechanism in the unit where the system will shut itself off so it doesn't damage itself. Now, let me just say this. I wasn't there, so I can't verify anything, so I'm just going to give you what my opinion is of what happened. So I don't want to hear any fanboy stuff from either side. I think that was a PS4 that was in a display unit that was for road shows. It wasn't probably even, they probably just made it really quickly. It probably doesn't have fans on the display unit or something like that. So there is air flowing inside the case and so on. So it's not circulating the same hot air. And then, maybe these road shows, or they're going to these expos or whatever, they're on for a couple hours or whatever, maybe like, from 5 to 7, come down and see the PS4, those type of shows, And, you can put anything in these display units and they're going to overheat. I remember the Dreamcast, the Sega Dreamcast, which was the first console ever to have a fan. People were like, making fun of that back in the day. Oh, look at this Sega Dreamcast. It's so, oh man, it's going to break. It has a fan on it. Like all that type of stuff. Now every single console in the world has a fan. You know what I'm saying? And the Dreamcasts were overheating in their display units too. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong about this, but there were fans in the back of the Sega display cases. And some employees, like at GameStop or EB at the time, Funkoland, they forgot to turn those fans on, to keep the unit cool and so on. And I'll say this, I have a day one Dreamcast. I picked up my Dreamcast. Let me just say it again. I picked up my Dreamcast on launch day. All right. I still have it and it still works. And there were tons of stories about the Dreamcast overheating, and that unit never broke on me. All right. I've been through 3 Xbox 3. I'm on my 3rd Xbox 360 and my 2nd PS3. All right. So I'm not being a Sony fanboy or whatever. I think the story that came out last week, I didn't make a video on it, so don't have to, this guy didn't make a video on it. I can only make so many videos, and sometimes things don't interest me that much. There was a video going on last week or 2 weeks ago about how the Xbox One had lag with Battlefield 4, like 3 seconds delay. It wasn't in TV mode. Any idiot could have told you that, all right? So if you don't have your TV in TV mode, my HD TV doesn't even have TV mode. I don't even need it. I just play my games. There's no lag. Some TVs have lag, and then you have to go into game mode. I was saying TV mode. Game mode, you have to put your TV into game mode and something, and it's fine. I guess it's the way games refresh or whatever on the screen, 60 frames or whatever. And people were saying about this, the Xbox, man, they really need to fix this. Nobody's going to buy this piece of junk. Let me just say this about Xbox One, PlayStation 4. Both of them are really good consoles. They're going to have great games regardless of which console you get. The multi-plats, for the most part, are going to look exactly the same. Maybe something over here will look a little different than over here. I'm talking about very minute things. I mean, I think I saw Metal Gear 4, 5, whatever one they're on. I saw the Xbox One, the PS4 ones. I think the PS4, the clouds looked a little bit better, but everything else looked exactly the same, And sometimes you'll look at games on PS3 or Xbox and like, oh, the graphics look a little bit better over here or on this console. One Xbox is ATI, PlayStation is NVIDIA. Sometimes they render colors different. It's like Nikons and Canons and Pentaxes and Panasonic cameras and Sony cameras. They all have their own recipe for rendering images. So I don't really even take that into that big of a big deal. I mean, you can change the colors in your TV set if it's that big of a deal. But guys, wait for the launch of these consoles. When the launch comes out and you hear about a lot of reports about people having problems like the red ring of death, that's when you have a real problem. Or the yellow light of death on the PlayStation 3. That's when the problems are real. Don't look at any of these videos or there was one machine over here on the Xbox tour, or friggin' Sony's having a tour or something like that. All that is bullshit as of right now. Just trust me on that. It's just like the Dreamcast. The Dreamcasts were overheating in the cases because I believe the employees, I think there were fans on the back of the Dreamcast cases, and guess what? They didn't turn them on, so the units were overheating. I'm somebody who still has a launch Dreamcast unit, and guess what? It still works. So that's my take on it. So once again, guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, give me a subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what you guys are thinking. And I made a video about Watch Dogs being delayed. Just in case you want to watch, I'll be leaving that link in the description box as well. Take it easy, guys. Love you guys. Bye.